When you're working with these objects, you are anticipating what might arrive here and what it might look like. And we had always known that, or heard that we would like to acquire a Koons of some kind. And then I remember that Elizabeth Wyman, the head registrar, told me that there was one in the works and that was going to be a very large heart. So I was very excited about this project and the sheer size of the piece and the weight of the piece, and just knowing that dimensionally it was going to be fairly large, and then your brain starts working through where that could possibly be installed. But a lot of it starts dimensionally, just seeing if it can fit in the building, and then also based off of the physical constraints, where can it go in the building. We wanted still that human interaction, but wanted to actually have it viewable from distances. So based off of our mock-up and us sort of sighting it, the decision was made where it would go, and then that gave us a good idea then to start laying out the groundwork for setting up for the anticipated installation.
We had another constraint was getting to make certain first that the building would hold the additional weight as well as any snow loads or anything like that in the future. So we contacted Burl Happold, our structural engineer of record, and they were the ones that let us know that it was okay to put the heart up in a hanging position in the dining bridge. And then once we got past that is what did the mount look like? And then my portion was to make sure that once we got the final design, to get it fabricated, painted, and installed before the Koons team arrived with the heart.
Once it arrived on our dock area, that's where we had to start looking at moving it inside of our building. The Arnold team then started unpacking the piece, and then inside we had a team of our guys, Crystal Bridges prep team, that was assembling the trolley. And then once that was ready, the trolley was assembled. They moved away all the packing material, and the heart now has the ability to move out of its packing. Marco, the team leader for Arnold, had a specific height in mind so that when this object was placed in the trolley, it would be at the right height for when it was traveling downstairs and then was installed.
Our first constraint was the weight of the piece and the size of the piece, as well as what the elevator would take. Our freight elevator for art is 10,000 pounds. And with everything we had, just about maxed out that with equipment and cradle.
So we barely got it in the building, but that was sort of a moment where, everybody's holding their breath, but it worked out just fine, and everybody worked really, really well. They got everything set up. They got two Arnold team members in a scissor lift, and decided to go ahead and start installing the ribbon from the top down, hooking it onto the mount. They double checked to make sure it was aligned. Everything looked good. They brought it back down, and then it attached it to the heart. And then we, in tandem, using the scissor lift and the forklift, lifted the heart and the ribbon up to the mount together. And then Marco and Ralph, who were in the scissor lift, then attached the heart to the mount that spanned the glulam beams. Once that was attached, then they felt confident, felt like it was a good attachment, and then they gave me the sign to start slowly bringing down the trolley. As I slowly brought it down, our heart was suspended. It still had a protective coating on it, but it definitely was a wonderful moment to actually see the planning and everything that was involved, and now seeing this suspended, and it was working, and it was pretty awesome.